Hey y'all, it's Andrew Couch here, and in this Title Tuesday video, we're not going to be going over this week's data set. Instead, my channel just reached a milestone of 1,000 subscribers, so I figured I'd make a video on my YouTube channel itself. And this isn't going to be there isn't going to be any coding because, frankly, YouTube has a pretty good analytics dashboard. So I figured I could just go over my YouTube analytics and go through some basic kind of like internet-based analytic metrics such as like click-through rates, etc. And we could just analyze my own YouTube videos because I think most channels, or it's very hard to find someone really showing their own analytics. And since my channel has gotten to be not necessarily a large channel, but it has a decent amount of subscribers compared to the average channel, I thought it'd be interesting to go over it. So this isn't going to be doing any R stuff, but I figured as a gift for hitting 1,000 subscribers, I would basically release my entire analytics data and put it on GitHub so you guys could look over it yourself. So this is the actual dashboard for a for a YouTube Studio. Um, and one of the things that I look at when I actually go over my YouTube analytics, which is actually very rarely because frankly, I don't really spend that much time for growth of my channel. I mostly just focus on what my commenters say or what series I'm trying to do. So if we look at my actual videos, we can see we have my videos. I have your basic summaries of like views, comments, likes, and dislikes. Um, so for my videos, I generally go through a certain theme for like a month. So my past few videos have been focusing more on dashboards and also on like was it neural networks. So let's actually go to my analytics page and see some of the basic summaries of my YouTube analytics. So generally what they'll do is they'll give you like your month over month analytics. So compared in the last 28 days, uh, I'm up compared to my last month. So basically I've been increased by 1,000 views. Um, my watch time has increased, and my subscribers are about the same. So one of the things I was doing for this channel was I really wanted to optimize based off of watch time. I post not very frequently, so it's only one weekly video. So I didn't really care a lot about views because especially since this topic of like teaching data science using R is a pretty niche concept. I wanted to focus on basically having videos that were watched and consumed a lot. So I was focusing mostly on watch time. Obviously, I think subscribers is just a good thing to try to optimize too, but it wasn't necessarily something I wanted to focus on. So I was really looking at like what my commenters wanted me to make. So if I saw a comment that I thought I could easily make a video on it, I would generally do it. So let's actually scroll down. And this is my top videos. So they'll give you top videos. Again, none of this is that complicated, but it's certainly pretty interesting that they have this analytics um, that's really easily understandable, and it's pretty much for how little small amount of samples or the little videos I have is not a lot. So just having these like basic summary statistics of my videos and of my channel is very valuable. So I wouldn't expect to actually do a lot of like data sciencey stuff for a very small channel with not a lot of videos posted. Instead, I would probably focus more on these like very high level metrics. I think data science could definitely be applied to like a website where you had a decent amount of traffic or a decent amount of products to look at. But for a simple YouTube channel, I think it doesn't really make any sense, and the general inferences you can have from it is not great. So what we're actually going to go over these videos. I was surprised probably the most is if I'm looking at my top, was it 5 videos for the past month? I think there's a certain theme, which I thought was kind of interesting, where basically my most viewed videos are around dashboarding. This channel really has not been that heavily focused on dashboards. It's been mostly focused on like machine learning and tidy models. So when I saw that, I think that when I saw this, top videos in this period, I think it makes sense too because generally I think people like making dashboards. So dashboards are pretty easy to dip your toes into. You don't need to know a lot of knowledge of like data wrangling or data cleaning or any type of statistical framework. So I think getting into dashboards is very easy and it's very fun to do actually. Which is what I did too when I got into like data science or data in general was create little plots and create dashboards in like Tableau and Excel and stuff like that. So these are the top 10 videos. Again, pretty straightforward. I When I generally upload videos, I have a good kind of like gut feeling of what I would expect it to get. So, for example, when I posted my beginner to advanced dashboards video or my previous week's beginner to dashboard video, I knew it was going to get a decent amount of views because I know that people from different, you know, some different backgrounds. So some people are beginners, some people are advanced. And they still want to learn R Shiny because there's not a ton of resources on R Shiny. Um, so I knew that video was going to get a decent amount of traction because I knew from beforehand my UFC dashboard video gets a decent amount of views constantly or consistently. So it's something that when I was looking at, I knew that was going to get a decent amount of views. Again, so what's cool too about this little interface is we have like the little what is that, a little point where we actually uploaded a video, and you can kind of see a spike of increase in views, an increase of watch times, and then we can see how you have this like seasonal trend of subscribers where generally when I gain subscribers, it's when I post a video from new people looking at it. So one of the things that we can start looking at is like reach. So this is all about like impressions, click through, views, unique viewers, etc. So impressions is literally just them showing you, showing a user or I guess a person on YouTube my video. So it's been shown. So about 61,000 saw like the thumbnail to my video somewhere. So it got recommended to them like on a front page, but only about 4% of these people ended up clicking on the video. Right. So that's not great. I would say my click through rate, my impressions or click through rate is actually down 10%. And that could be just a function of one, the topics might not be as interesting, or two, it could just not be, it could be because the thumbnail of the actual video isn't that appealing. So, I think generally people like is like very flashy thumbnails. So I think a good rule to do is basically choose a plot that's very colorful as your front thumbnail. So yeah, we can see my click through rate. It's down a little bit, but to be honest, it's pretty. The average is probably about 4%, right? So views per impression shown, or how many viewers watch the video after seeing an impression. Okay, and again, my views have been pretty stagnant, I guess. I get pretty consistent views throughout the days, and then unique viewers. It's something where I'm not sure if I'm really that worried about for unique viewers. So that's not that interesting right now. We can also get traffic sources. So most of it's come browse features. And this is a little bit different. So this is like home screen, subscriptions, and just like the front page. So sometimes when you're looking at videos, it'll have like recommended stuff. Sometimes it'll be subscribers. I would expect the majority of my viewers or traffic is going to come from like subscription or recommendations. The second is the actual YouTube search, which I thought was a little interesting just because it's talking more about how like someone's gonna be searching like R Shiny dashboards on YouTube, and then they're gonna find my videos and click on it. So to be honest, I didn't really expect that high of a percentage. I thought most people would either just have it as recommended. I think also just learning R from videos is something that I personally don't like at all, even though I make videos on R, teaching R in a video format. I personally just prefer textbooks, so I'm not really a good source for understanding what people want to look at for, or what people want to search when they're looking up stuff to learn from R. And then from channel pages, I guess from like other channels and stuff like that, topic channel pages, nothing too crazy. I think the suggested video is pretty good too, because I add a lot of cards to my videos at the end, so it'll always offer a suggested video from my I think my Tidy Tuesday playlist. So again, it's pretty interesting. We can go a little bit deeper. I'm just going over the high level interfaces for my analytics page, but then we'll start going into the actual cross tabs of the data. So here's the actual impressions of watch time. So you can see like it's shown to 61,000 people. right? 37.2% from YouTube recommending your content. I think is a little interesting. So I guess YouTube is actually recommending my content 37% of the time. The other is just other stuff. So maybe I would like to actually increase that. So make sure, like, so somehow I could just change it where, YouTube was recommending my content 40% of the time, right? So out of those 61,000 people, 4% clicked on it, and then we have those views from the click through rate, and then from those views, they're averaging about 6 minutes per click through rate. So I think that's actually pretty good for a 6 minute view duration. One thing that I think would be a little bit interesting is to see like when people are clicking on subscribe or they're clicking to like your YouTube channel or your playlist. I think those type of metrics would be pretty interesting. But I'll kind of dive more into it once we get into the deeper data set. So again, with the traffic source from playlists, I only have one playlist, basically having all my stuff. I know that some people do make their own custom playlist and add my videos onto it, which is really nice. But mostly, I think more traffic would come from the Tidy Tuesday project, which is essentially the Tidy Tuesday projects like series. Um, yeah. So and then we have our suggested videos. So based off of the suggested videos, like which one's getting suggested the most. And again, we have the UFC dashboard, which for some reason I think this is actually one of my most viewed videos. Which is kind of interesting because I actually didn't really work too hard on this video. I was kind of just doing this to mess around because I saw like a Kaggle data set. But I really didn't think that there would be I thought UFC wasn't that popular of a sport, especially with data. And when I think about data in sports, I think more about baseball and football and stuff like that. But it gets a decent amount of views, and I think it's also a pretty cool video too. I just was a little surprised that it still gets a decent amount of views even after uploading it, a few months ago. And then again, my most suggested video right now is like the beginner to advanced dashboard. So we can kind of see that the suggested videos has a pattern of dashboards, right? So creating and customizing a simple R Shiny dashboard, etc. I don't think that's not even my video. So it's YouTube is okay. So it's being off of data science tutorials. Cool. I guess that makes sense. So it's YouTube is definitely, I guess, promoting more dashboard content, which could be leading towards an increase of views of my other videos. And then for YouTube search, so we can actually see, what are the search terms that are relating to my videos, and it's what I would expect, right? So tidy models, Tidy Tuesday, R Shiny dashboard. I actually started changing my videos where I would add those like hashtags to my videos. Let me actually go to my content. So one of the things I was reading, just from like some YouTube channels, was like you should always be adding like hashtags because those are like tags that are a little bit more weighted. So I generally will always say hashtag Tidy Tuesday as my intro because I have like a template for it. But then I'll add more hashtags to it that I think are related to it. So in this case, it's like R Shiny hashtag Tidyverse. I actually think that if I swapped out Tidyverse to r/ like dashboard or Shiny dashboard, it might improve my videos. But maybe I'll actually have to test that out. So there's not a lot of tools for like A/B testing or comparing two types of videos, which I wish YouTube would offer, but they don't really have a good way to do it. I have seen people do like different tags, so they'll have like two sets of videos and they'll put them in different like playlists, and then they'll compare that. There's a compare option for that, but it's not as integrated and it's kind of like a hacky way to do it. So hopefully, in the future they'll have more like robust measurements of comparing your videos, but at the moment we can't do that. That might be a thing that I could start maybe creating, just creating a simple little A/B test app for like YouTube analytics. I think that'd be pretty straightforward. So maybe I'll actually do that in the future. But again, nothing too crazy for the YouTube search terms. It's nothing surprising to me, at least when I was looking over this stuff. So now to actually go to engagement, which is our third tab, and this is the thing that I really wanted to optimize off of. It is kind of difficult for me to figure out, how can I optimize engagement or watch time in my videos when I choose a lot of different types of topics for my videos, that I'm not sure, how my audience would react to it. So for example, um like most of my videos on neural networks didn't really get a lot of good watch time. I found that it still kind of dropped off a lot. Right now, the computer vision, I think this one has a decent amount of watch time, but like the auto encoder videos and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, actually had a decent amount of watch time. A view duration, 17% viewed. But yeah, some of my videos I found that, for the amount of effort that I put into it, didn't get a lot of watch time. But one thing that's cool is you can kind of see like a survival curve of it, where it's kind of where it's basically like decreasing as it goes on, right? Until for the whole entire length of the video. But yeah, so this is pretty interesting. We can see some spikes. We have a huge watch time, and then we can see some dips, which might be a little bit interesting. But again, I don't really see any crazy dips. Right here, I think generally people just didn't want to watch this video, right, for that long. Um, it's a pretty long video. I think this one, you know, again, this might have a lot of average percentage viewed, but these videos are pretty short. Like some of these videos are pretty short, so it's kind of hard to compare them directly. But it's pretty interesting stuff. Um, yeah. So yeah, I think the key audience retention is pretty interesting. But again, it's something where I wish we could have a little bit more on granularity into the YouTube analytics, but I think it's still pretty good. It kind of shows you, where they're actually watching it, or when they're stopping, or when they stopped watching the video. So pretty good. Again, and we can see that my watch time again as like a time series, and see generally we increase our watch time in hours whenever I release a video. Nothing too crazy. Again, top watch time in hours. It's gonna be my UFC dashboard video. It has a decent amount, a lot of watch time, which I'm pretty happy about. Um, and stuff like that. And then like again, most of it is dashboards. Another one is comparing tidy models. I think that this is like my breakout video probably, or the video that is I knew was gonna get the most amount of views, just because tidy models was so like new when it got released. It's been in like it's been accessible for the past I think 2 years, but then they just kind of started saying that we're now doing only tidy models. Carrot will not really be worked on anymore, so people started to focus more on how to learn tidy models, which was kind of my entire channel's point, or it's when my channel started to form like some type of identity around teaching tidy models. So, and then we have improved model train times. Oops. I think that's a little interesting because I think this video maybe is a little clickbaity for some people, where the methods to improve it is more about like reducing the amount of parameters to test. But I still think it's a pretty good video, to be honest. And then again, I have a top playlist. I have a Tidy Tuesday project. I have a data science playlist that I kind of have as, just some excess videos if I want to watch during like a lunch break, or just something that I think I might use, but I'm not sure if I'll actually get to it. And then I have like a random meme videos that I think it's kind of funny that some people clicked on it, even though it's like 0.4%. But these random videos I think about is not about data science. They're just funny videos I like to show my friends. So I think that's pretty funny that there's probably like 2 or 3 people that watched it. Again, and then we can see like the top end screen element types. So clicks per end screen for best reviewer, playlist, subscribe. I wouldn't expect it to be that high, but I think I'd like to get, when the goals maybe for my channel is to actually increase. Again, I obviously want to increase watch time, but I want to be able to like basically increase the amount of like end screen clicks. So hopefully, like I want to make videos that like more people watch the entirety of, where they get to the end screen, which will be something where I probably will have to focus more on, having a more concise topic, or just like a shorter video that has a more concise topic, where it's not as improv, like where I don't do like improvisational stuff. It's more of a very focused, stat quest style video. And then for audience, unique viewers, average views per viewer, subscribers. My subscribers is down by like 1%. I'm not gonna really lose sleep over that. Average views per viewer, I think that's pretty good. I think as long as it's like above, you know, like 2, I think that's fine because that way, if someone comes to my videos, they're gonna at least click on another video on average. That could be just view like 1 out of 5 viewers clicks on like a lot of videos who are real interested in data science or who really wants some help in data science. So obviously this could be a little bit different. It's not showing like the distribution; it's just a raw average. But it is something that I think is pretty useful to look at. Unique views. I'm not that interested in looking at unique viewers, to be honest. I would rather have more recurring viewers who are watching my videos than a lot of unique viewers who only go to my channel like once, right? So I'd rather have an increased average views per viewer than an increase in unique viewers, right? And then we have like when your viewers are on YouTube. I think this is interesting because I've noticed most of the people who subscribe to my channel and comments are not totally based in the United States. A lot of them come from like India, and stuff like that. A lot of people on who contact me on LinkedIn are definitely not from America. They're from like Asia, Africa, etc. Which I think is really cool, to be honest, to have like a global audience. So I think with your viewers are on YouTube on the time, I really don't know what I would do because the times that they have right here, if it's like I guess comparatively to my time, is not something that's really viable. Like especially since I'm posting mostly on Tuesdays because I think that's the tidy Tuesday. So for me, I just upload at like 7-ish p.m. on a Tuesday. Generally I'll record the video maybe a day early or even 2 days earlier or even the day. But I try to get it out at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. And then we have the subscriber bell notification, which I actually have not. I didn't realize that was here. So 10% of my subscribers have the bell notification on. I think that's pretty high. I would say that's pretty high. So that would probably be why I have a pretty stable amount of views is, to get the notification. So that's pretty interesting. Again, now we can see our watch time for subscribers. 56% of my viewers aren't subscribed. Maybe I'd like to increase my subscribed percentage, but I'm not that worried about that. I think this again, I wouldn't expect the majority of the viewers to be like subscribed because I don't have that many subscribers. Age and gender. So I think it's a little problematic for the majority of my viewers. 99% of my viewers are male. When we're talking about data science, I think that's kind of a problem in data science itself. Um, I don't really know how I would fix that. I'm not really sure. I don't plan on like having a co-host or even really sharing other people's videos on my channel. I think this channel is pretty small, and I don't think it really add that much value to it. Um, so definitely something that's a little odd. I think I would have kind of expected it just because I think data and computer science is definitely a male dominated field. But I don't know. I think that's a little odd. As for the age, I think this is pretty straightforward. I was pretty much expecting this. 25-year-olds, a little bit older, skews more on the older end than the younger end. A little bit more surprised that I guess there's not as many college, 18, like was it 19 to 22-year-olds or 23-year-olds. But again, I think most people are like grad students or like middle professionals. So that, again, that's not something that really surprised me at all. Um, Subtitles languages. I don't even think I really try to do subtitles in languages. So I don't really. I mean, I don't really care about this, to be honest. Even though like I'm sure that there are some. I'm sure a lot of some of my viewers, English is not their primary language, and I talk pretty fast and I don't enunciate very well. But I don't think I'd really change anything on my presentations because it's not something that I would rather prioritize, to be honest. Um, and then my demographics, most of it's United States, but 22% as United States. So like 70, like 70 what 7% are not in the United States or unknown. I think that's pretty interesting. So that definitely shows that I have a pretty global audience. It's not just United States people. So this is the basic summary of the actual analytics tab. What's actually cool is you can go in to like see more, and then we can get all this data, right? And this is where we can kind of get into, what was going on. So one of the things that I should probably look at is maybe view. Let's do like impressions, right? So which channel, or which video had the most impressions, and they have it where it's like, each little row is a video. We have their watch time, subscribers gained, impressions, etc. And we can also add things. So we have, what is it, subscribers. We can do let's see here, let's go to where is it, like average view duration. We can have our average view duration, our impressions. So filter it out. We can say like, okay, like um let's see here, can we, yeah, how do I, so yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff like this. One thing we could say is like, okay, which video landed me the most amount of subscribers, right? So the creating a UFC dashboard landed me like 9 subscribers or whatever in the past 28 days. We could also do maybe like the last 365 days, or actually a better way to do it would be 2020. And then we can see like, okay, which videos landed us the most amount of subscribers, right? Let's just take the first 5 and get some type of inference of, what are the videos that I should be making um that would gain me a lot of subscribers. So there's like how to create functions, um computer vision t-SNE with tidy models with R Shiny, uh UFC dashboard with Shiny dashboard, and then comparing tidy models with Carrot. So these are just, pretty simple videos about the overall basics of R. I don't think I could make like, they're pretty separate from each other. Like they're either talking about like tidy models, functions, dashboards, etc. Which is kind of a good cluster that I think my channel kind of focuses on already. So we can also go to say traffic source, which I thought was an interesting thing, where you can go to, what is it? Where's the you can click on like external, and we can see our, where are we getting our views from these external sources. We have like Google search, which I guess they took off the search terms for it, which I think is kind of a bad idea. But we can also go back to traffic source. We can go to suggested videos and see which suggested videos are my videos located on. So we can see, what is it? We can probably go by impressions, and then we can see, okay, most of it's probably from my own videos, but then we have, this video, which is, which one is it? I think is which is a Julia Silgi video, right? So sometimes my videos are getting paired up with Julia Silgi. I think this one's going from the actual creator of R, which is Hadley Wickham. So we can see that we have some videos or some channels that we are kind of like sharing the market of our data science development, which are the people that I would expect it to. To be honest, like I know a lot of my videos kind of are centered around kind of like Julia Silly's style video or David Robinson. I'm actually a little bit more surprised that I don't see any David Robinson videos on here, but that might be because he makes more generic titles for his videos, so that might be why. Um, let's see here. Let's see if there's anything else. Go to subscription source and go to YouTube search. Oh, oops, you can't do that. Can you do okay, so there's not enough data on it. But we can actually, maybe we can do um like, I'm trying to think about maybe what we could do for an overall like views or subscribers. So maybe if I wanted to like forecast um forecast, how do I, if I wanted to like forecast my own subscribers, that would be kind of a useful thing to do. Because it seems like it's somewhat cyclical. We could maybe do like a weekly subscriber. Okay, maybe I actually couldn't. But it's something where you can see, right when I start making my videos, and then we can see that, there's some spike. So right here, why did I gain 17 subscribers in the on October 14th? So maybe we can go back to there and go to, was it October 14th? Oh yeah, and we have to do a weekly thing. So in this case, it came from where did it come from? So yeah, it came from just like, a few videos. We can also see right here, most of a lot of subscribers from tidy models, with carrot, computer version with tidy models, etc. Let's see here. What else can I look at? Um, yeah, so I think that's basically it for this video. I think it's actually, this video is pretty long, but I'll compile what I think are pretty interesting metrics on in a data set, and I'll put it on my GitHub and put it in the link below. So I just wanted to thank everyone for subscribing to my channel. I think since next week will be like New Year's, I'll probably do maybe a shorter video, maybe another no code video, just because I'm gonna be spending time with family this weekend, and doing some personal stuff. So hopefully I'll see you guys next week, and tidy on.